Hello everyone, my name is Kirani Hafizh Azizzah and I'm from the Bakrie University and I act as the Prime Minister or the first speaker of this group. And with the motion of this house as a first generation immigrant parent of color in a predominantly white country would choose to live and raise children in an ethnic enclave. And before I'm getting into my arguments, I would like to give definitions about first generation immigrants and what it is about ethnic enclaves. The first generation immigrant we're talking here is about immigrant who was foreign born, has relocated and become a citizen or permanent resident in a new country. For instance, a first generation Mexican American is someone who's born in Mexico and immigrated to the US. And the second one is about ethnic enclaves, which is communities with highly concentrations of ethnic group, with maintaining a strong sense of ethnic or regional identity within another country. For example, Little India, Chinatown, and Koreatown. And first thing first, we have to know that we're talking about these immigrants who are looking for jobs, looking for educations, and for other reasons in other countries, but not those who are looking for refugees or something. And the first thing we have to point out is these immigrants are actually not causing any harm at all. So why do we have to raise our children? Those people of color have to raise their children into the regional identity in those white countries is because we're focusing on these European countries. We're talking about white countries which are European. It's because lately we all know that the extreme nationalism belief that they held are getting very, very worse. So we believe that it is the most right thing to do to raising your children into their ethnic or national identity, because according to the UN.org, those very racial discriminations have included many major sectors such as employment, education, housing, and access to social services and medical health. So we believe that it is very strange because these people are actually trying to live peacefully and without causing any harm at all. So, but the issue here is we have to know that the issue here is there are so many reasons that are causing those discriminations, and mostly are because the misuse of power or the misuse of privileges of the majorities. So we believe that this is actually the one of the right thing to do at the moment. So, and the other problems of the current situation that we're facing here is, for instance, the people of colors in mostly European countries are getting excluded or getting discriminated on looking for a job, and it is getting very high. So we believe that that in such small actions such as religion practices, those minorities, those immigrants have to do it secretly. They have to even do it secretly because they are opposite, or because they are not the same of those white countries believe. And we believe that is very strange because we all know that the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, those European countries, they have ratified it. So, but they aren't doing it. They aren't doing it the same like what are there in the declaration. So we can actually change their society system. So we believe that it is the very right thing to do at the moment is to raising your children to live into their rational identity and such stuff. And the goals we are setting here is to set an equal society despite of their cultural background and eliminate the highly occurred discrimination because of the diverse way of life there exist in those countries. So what do we have to do on reaching that goals? By the mentioned goal that I've stated before is with raising your children into their rational identity, and what are those? What can we do with such stuffs? Respecting their lifestyle and trying to keep up or fit in their society system without completely remove or ethnical background. And we also do it the other way around, like we have to respect their lifestyle, their beliefs, and they also have to respect ours. It's all in the terms of respect, and this way we believe that this way could decrease the number of discrimination that are caused by misunderstanding, that are caused because of the misuse of power of majorities, the misuse of privileges. And we believe that currently this is the most right thing to do into survive in those countries as an immigrant, as a color of immigrant. So those are main goals for this motion, and thank you very much.
Many types and reasons to be an immigrant. Types: those who are seeking for educations, those who are seeking for job, or even those who are just want to live their life because the things that happen in their country. These are the reasons and type of person that are actually live in their country and become an immigrant in another country. But the thing is that there are some people who are not actually possessed for citizenship. Instead, they try to live their best life and in peace and in a good condition in the country that they are going to stay. So these are the reasons: educations, jobs, and new life that they are trying to have in another country, which not harming the society at all. So here are the so this is the things that opposition side of the house are actually can bring as a matter of the table. The assumption is that they will tell you that this grouping people is actually creating more harm than benefits in society and to the immigrant itself. It increased the number of discriminations and create a clear picture of the thing that they are actually different and they should separated by other groups or the majority. So here are the things, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to tell you that this grouping people actually does not causing harm and even more give benefits to society or even more to the immigrants. Why? Here's the thing. The concept of discriminations actually happens in so many ways, in so many reasons, but mostly happens because the cause of misuse power and privilege by the majority in terms of educations, access, medicals, helps, and everything in between. So ladies and gentlemen, we don't believe that this grouping people are actually causing more problem or even harm in the society, especially to the migrants, but it actually brings more benefits to the society and also to the immigrants. Other 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. The first is that conserving the cultures, and the second will be the ability of the adaptations of the immigrants. So here we go to the first argument of mine. First, conserving the culture. Conserving the cultures means that we are going to protect and conserving the culture of the immigrants in one place. They are going to actually embrace and believe their culture is still exists, and this actually give more benefits to society and to the immigrant itself, ladies and gentlemen. First, it creates diversity in the locals, so they have this kind of values and identity that they're actually diverse in the society. And just because there's a diversity, they're actually this is actually increase the number of tourism rate in the locals itself, or in the area that actually exists, ladies and gentlemen. And what will happen if the tourism rates actually increase is actually increase the economy of the locals, ladies and gentlemen. In a bigger picture, in a big way, they actually give benefits to the country in terms of economic growth, ladies and gentlemen. And the second argument will be the ability to adapt. So this is kind of, the truth that actually these immigrants have the criteria, how do they actually adapt with a new environment in a new country, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, they are new in this environment, so they need to be really adapt with the society and with the environment. So that's why this kind of group actually helps them to adapt well, to help them whether or not there's something that actually they don't know, and then the group people or the society around them there can actually help them to actually grow and adapt in the environment very well. And second of all, they're actually vulnerable. They are new and they feel like minority, and they feel like they are just new here, and they feel unprivileged, and they don't have any power to actually survive. So this is kind of, very dilemmatic situations where they actually feel vulnerable, but they have to actually survive in this area, or in this case, ladies and gentlemen. So here is we come as the proposals that we are actually creating environment to those immigrants to actually adapt well with this kind of group of people or group of ethnic, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the ground super system for them to actually grow and to get their goals in life, ladies and gentlemen. When they can get the goals of life, they actually can help the environment and the locals, and in a more bigger picture, the government, to increase, for example, the economic rate, and then the income of the society themselves. So this is really important to be thinking about, that those immigrants actually need to be adapt in the new environment. And the other thing is that we cannot deny these immigrants actually contribute many in terms of economic growth and the economic or income in the society and the locals. So when the opposite side of the house actually coming to us when they are talking about discrimination will be happen, and there will be a very bigger picture out there to actually for discrimination to actually be happened. So we will say that this actually could help those people to to minimize the potentials of doing discriminations, because we know in the system of the society that the majority tend to use the power and privilege, as I mentioned before, that they actually try to do discriminations. So this is not the problem of the grouping of the people, ladies and gentlemen. This is more like how the actually majority see these people, and how actually the government preserving these people by actually grouping and let them in the group of ethnic. So we think as the government side of the house that this is actually a very good idea for first generation's parents of color to actually live and raise their children in the environment. And this could actually bring more benefits to the children, that they can actually, we know that children are actually gold edge and very good moment and phase for us to internalize values on them. So we need to be really concerned about them, that we need to prepare them for the better future, for a better version of them, for a better tolerations and stuff. And so we believe with these motions and with this kind of intentions from the society and the government helps them to actually being in the group or in the ethnic group where they actually feel safe and comfortable, and they can grow, and it can help them actually to chase their dream or goals in life. So thank you very much.